19-year-old Maureen Kelly was last seen a week ago tomorrow. She had gone into the forest naked to complete a spiritual quest.
It was supposed to be a journey of self-discovery, a simple camping trip, a break from the chaos of everyday life. But for 19-year-old Maureen Kelly, it became something else, something inexplicable. She walked into the woods barefoot, carrying only a small fanny pack. She said she'd be back by midnight. She was never seen again. The summer of 2013 had barely begun when Maureen, known to friends as Anu, decided to escape into nature. She and a group of friends arrived at Canyon Creek Campground, nestled in the dense and isolated Gifford Pinchot National Forest in Washington. It was a warm day, the air thick with the scent of pine and damp earth, the perfect setting for a getaway. But as the afternoon stretched on, Anu made a strange declaration. She told her friends she was setting off on a spiritual quest, something she had talked about for weeks. And then, without hesitation, she removed all her clothes, shoes, socks, everything. With only a fanny pack containing a compass, a small knife, and a pack of matches, she turned toward the trees and walked away. No one stopped her. No one knew they were witnessing the last time she'd ever be seen. Her friend Yasmin would later recall, she was always so connected to nature, but this felt different, like she was chasing something none of us could understand. Maureen Kelly's spiritual quest remains largely a mystery, as she never provided a clear explanation to her friends before disappearing. However, based on what is known, her quest seemed to be a personal, symbolic journey into nature, likely rooted in her deep spiritual beliefs. She never left behind any writings, notes, or messages explaining her exact intentions. Her friends had heard her talk about the quest, but didn't seem to know what it fully entailed. There were no known religious or spiritual affiliations that might provide a clear framework for what she was seeking. When Anu failed to return by midnight, her friends waited. Maybe she had gotten lost. Maybe she was just taking her time. But as dawn broke and the temperatures dipped into the low 40s, concern turned to panic. They reported her missing. Search teams scoured the area. Soon they found her footprints, bare feet pressing into soft earth, leading to Canyon Creek. She had crossed the cold water. Somehow she had made it up the steep embankment on the other side, an almost impossible task without shoes. But then, nothing.
A search dog possibly tracked Kelly's scent across a creek, but that scent ended at a nearby road.
You know, somebody may have picked her up. I mean, you could run with this and write a novel off of it. Being from the law enforcement side of things, we think of all the scenarios.
The trail ended. No more footprints, no more clues, as if she had simply ceased to exist. A search team member speaking anonymously recalled the eerie stillness of the site. It was like she just vanished. We expected to find something, a piece of clothing, disturbed ground, anything, but there was nothing. It was like she had been erased.
Tim, tonight family members are doing everything they can to stay strong. Search and rescue teams did not find Maureen Kelly today and have little to go on. Still, her family vows to keep searching.
Just heartbreaking, have to keep searching, you know.
Family members of 19-year-old Maureen Kelly learned early this evening that searchers will not be going back out tomorrow to look for the teen they miss more than anything.
I mean, they got families too, just like us. So we still will be out there looking for her until we find her. And then
The case of Maureen Kelly falls into what many call missing 411 territory. Cases of people vanishing under baffling circumstances in national parks. Was this a tragic case of exposure? A wrong turn that led her deeper into the wilderness, where the elements eventually claimed her? Or was there something more? Some believe she was taken. Could someone have picked her up? If so, why? And why has there never been a single confirmed sighting since? Others speculate that she chose to disappear, but those who knew her best find that theory hard to accept. She may not want to be found, one friend suggested. But if she was out there somewhere, Surely, after all these years, she would have reached out. Then there's the darker possibility: foul play. The dense forest, the isolation, the eerie way her footprints just stopped, it raises chilling questions. Did someone see an opportunity that night? Was she truly alone out there? Cherie, Anu's half-sister, was haunted by one particular detail. She called me days before, asking for camping gear. She was so excited. If she had doubts, she didn't show it. That's what scares me the most. She was sure of what she was doing. So what happened? Search efforts were called off after just a few days. No evidence of an attack, no remains, no further clues. Nearly 11 years later, the disappearance of Maureen Kelly remains unsolved. Authorities have theorized that she may have succumbed to the elements, but some remain skeptical. "We've had people lost in these woods before," a search and rescue member said, "but never like this. Never this complete of a disappearance." What happened to her in those woods? A tragic accident? Or something far more sinister? Ultimately, her spiritual quest remains one of the biggest unanswered questions surrounding her disappearance. It adds to the unsettling mystery of how someone could vanish so completely, leaving behind only speculation about what she was truly searching for in the forest that night. If this story moved you, subscribe to Outdoor Tragedies. We bring you the true stories of survival, loss, and the lessons learned from nature's raw power. Stay informed, stay cautious, and always respect the wild.